always a satisfying moment to return to your ship.
Plans released. We're free. Starting landing procedure.
Hold very still, and choose your words carefully. They will determine how long you live.
We are no threat to House Va'ruun, I promise you.
You have no right to be here. You will tell me how you found this place. But it was lost. All communication ceased. There was no sign of it.
We had feared as much, but it is good to know for certain. Voris, I think we need not fear our guest. Perhaps, in this time of need, the great Serpent has delivered us a gift.
Counselor, with due respect, we have not had unannounced visitors here in generations. It is a clear breach of security.
I do not disagree, and I know that security, in whatever small form we can grasp it, is of paramount importance. But you must acknowledge the timing is curious. And perhaps our guest's intent should be determined before we take further action. I understand, but you must realize that since you are not one of us, it is difficult for us to judge your intent. Surely, you would do the same in our position.
Great Serpent!
What's happening again?
Hear me!
Speaker, we are here!
We have reached out to you to seek guidance in our hour of need. The gate in the Citadel has been opened just to seek you.
What has happened?
Have I failed you? What is this place? Where am I? Why do you not show yourself? I strive only to follow your command. All must serve. Please, do not leave me in darkness. I seek only your wisdom, your guidance. Great Serpent, your children cry out to you. Will you not answer us?
Our leader, Anasko Va'ruun, he has appeared like this over and over. So many of our people have been trapped in this state, these vortex phantoms. But usually they are hostile and lash out. Anasko is different. If only we could hear his voice, some reassurance that all is not lost. You could hear him. Despite the sightings, none have heard the word from Anasko in all this time, yet you claim to. Do not toy with me. Not about this. If you speak truth, you must prove it. What did he say? The Serpent.
He said that? I heard nothing. Given the gravity of the situation, surely there is no way you would joke about such a thing.
It is no joke. No outsider would know our creed. It is never uttered beyond this city. Truly, you did hear Anasko. You have been chosen. People of House Va'ruun, hear me! We have asked the Great Serpent for deliverance from our calamity, and he has answered us. This outsider has been chosen as the most unlikely vessel for the Great Serpent's divine providence, and he will help save us all. Outsider, please. There is no denying you have been sent here as a sign. You must help us. But there are precepts that must be followed, principles that must be obeyed. Even in these dire circumstances, we cannot turn from Jinan Va'ruun's teachings. You will be granted safe passage through Dazra and the lands beyond. No harm will come to you. On that, you have my word. You even have my assurance that your compatriot here will also remain unharmed. But to truly aid us, you must become part of House Va'ruun. This is not a thing done lightly, and it cannot be taken back. Will you commit to helping us by becoming one of the promised? We, the people of House Va'ruun, are the promised. The Great Serpent has blessed us with knowledge of the future and our place in it. Our service to him guarantees us a place in the new worlds he will create when he returns to enshroud the universe. A greater gift could not be bestowed upon you. Well, efforts to do something, anything, about our current dilemma have fallen to political infighting. I believe your arrival, if nothing else, represents a sign from the Great Serpent himself that we must finally put aside our differences and work together. It must be ordained that you would appear before us now, able to hear the speaker when no one else can. Excellent. Please, come with me. Forgive me for not introducing myself. I am Malibor Dulkev, a member of the High Council of House Va'ruun. I have been asked to represent the Council in this moment. Please, enter our city. You have my word that you will not be harmed. I would ask that until you have become promised, you avoid the citizens of Dazra. They are not used to outsiders. Open the gate! I must tell you what I reveal for now, but surely you saw the scaled citadel as you arrived. It was the center of an explosion of sorts that has annihilated most of our city. We have lost many of our brothers and sisters. I believe we are still in danger.
Counselor, what is the meaning of this?
Is there a problem, Makula?
The city is in shambles, the speaker is missing, and here you are leading some outsider through our sacred space? Why allow this husk to defile our city? Have we not lost enough?
Have faith. I believe this outsider was guided here by the Great Serpent himself. And soon, Serpent willing, they will be one of us. But I can be sure and pass your concerns on to the rest of the High Council, if you wish. I apologize for the interruption. There is a ritual intended for converts to the Promised that has not been performed in generations. We are fortunate that there are those still alive who remember the old ways and have remained prepared for such a moment as this. Dazra, I suspected we might find you here waiting.
I saw the ship landing. I knew immediately that I would be needed.
Indeed you are. This is Inaza Kaisia, Herald of the Serpent. She will guide you through the ritual. I am needed elsewhere, but I assure you that you are in good hands.
So, the Great Serpent sends you to me. Know, Husk, that to walk the Serpent's path, to enter the sacred cave, there is no turning back. You will be forever changed. This is a path you must walk of your own free will, alone. Will you step forward and emerge anointed, one of the promised? You have not been filled with purpose by the Great Serpent, so you are merely a husk. But perhaps not for long. A lesson, a test, a moment for the Great Serpent to reach out and fill you with something more than what you have been. Then enter, and I shall guide you along the Serpent's path. For this is a journey you must undertake alone. Your escort cannot follow. I will await you at the end of the Serpent's path. Before House Va'ruun, there were humans. First on Earth, then scattered among the stars. And like all humans, they were lost souls, wandering in the dark, looking for a path. One particular colony ship housed several hundred of these souls. They were each alone and isolated, individual tiny flames that could be snuffed out at a moment's notice. But Va'ruun encountered the Great Serpent and was given the gift of knowledge. He shared his knowledge with those around him and lit the way for them. They followed his guidance and his light, and they cast aside the burdens of their former lives. And thus, House Va'ruun was born. Now you too have the chance to cast aside your burdens, to relieve yourself of anything that holds you back. The people's hopes and fears and dreams were entrusted to the Great Serpent. They made the leap of faith that brought House Va'ruun to greatness. You may now follow in their footsteps and take that same leap. Embrace the Great Serpent, and he will embrace you. people of House Va'ruun settled this world, at first in these very caves. Shinan Va'ruun himself slept among them in these shelters. It was here that he spread the word of the Serpent. It was here that the people of House Va'ruun first understood the truth of their place in the universe. And it was here that the people of House Va'ruun first understood the truth of the shrouding. The great Serpent's return. He will encircle the universe he created, and all those who do not follow will be cast into shadow. And the people weighed this knowledge against their former lives, and saw how they had been blessed despite the difficult new life that awaited them. You too would do well to feel that solace of Until that day comes, we are the voice and the hands of the great Serpent. Our every act a sacrifice to hasten his return. Make now a sacrifice to prove your devotion. And remember, whether in life or in death, all must serve. Let us begin the final ritual. While none since Shinan Va'ruun have stood before the great Serpent, we can all feel his presence. To solidify his bond, you are presented with a simple choice. Before you on this dais are several items. They represent different aspects of House Va'ruun's connection to the great Serpent. Pick the two that call to you. Place them on the altars. Offerings to the great Serpent that he may fill you with his spirit and make you promise.
We talk? I was just thinking about you. I
I am glad we have a moment. I am having trouble maintaining my composure. Finding myself in Dazra has been overwhelming. Especially a home that you were unsure you would ever return to. And a home that has suffered so much while you were gone. After everything that we have been through recently, I worried I might never see this place again. For that I am grateful. If only this were just about me. The Great Serpent has always demanded much of us. As individuals, and as the whole of House Va'ruun. But to see what has transpired here, it is hard to believe this is part of any plan. Truly, it is a disaster. I suppose that is true. Regardless, now that we are here, surely you must agree that we should do everything we can to help House Va'ruun. In this case, I am very personally glad to hear that. It is an incredible commitment you have made to become one of the promised. Never in my wildest dreams would I have imagined such a thing. I suppose that is true. All the same, I am glad to count you among us. I know we have much to do, but I did not want to leave it unsaid. Thank you.
And so you arise, one of the promised of House Va'ruun. Did you feel the Great Serpent working within you? Do you feel born anew? Devotion to the Great Serpent and perseverance to remain devoted, no matter the circumstances, will always reveal a path forward for any member of House Va'ruun. I grant you the title of Diviner. All will know you. All will trust you. Above us, in the Grand Ship Morning, jewel of the Va'ruun fleet, the High Council awaits your arrival. Serve them. Serve the Great Serpent. All must serve. You have walked the path, and now may walk among the promised. I carry on the traditions that Jinan Va'ruun began, and maintain our people's connection to the Great Serpent. I, and others like me, look after the temples and offer guidance to those who need it. And now, it seems I am called upon to help the Serpent's call fill a new vessel. Truly, I am blessed. A difficult question. The original converts were accepted in the years after House Va'ruun first made contact with the settled systems. Once the Serpent's crusade began, there were fears that anyone from the outside could be spies, infiltrators. And after the crusade, few were eager to join. When Jinan Va'ruun's son Jarek took power, we pulled back, rejected contact with non-believers. We removed any avenues for converts to find us. But there were those among us who hoped that one day we might help others see the light of the Great Serpent's teachings. And if we can survive our current situation, your presence here now might sway opinions on future converts. Yes, its final resting place is directly above, very near where it first set down on this moon. It was Jinan Va'ruun's guidance that led us to this precise spot, where he knew there would be temporary shelter waiting. And after the Serpent's crusade, When the morning was damaged and would fly no more, it was only fitting that it return to this location. It has served more than one purpose for our people over the generations. For a brief time it was home, but then in his wisdom, Anasko Va'ruun saw fit to turn it into a way for those outside House Va'ruun to begin to learn, to join us in following the Great Serpent. That ended after the Serpent's crusade. It feels right to see it used again now, in our time of need. You are promised. You are one of us. All should treat you as an equal. As the first converts in a very long time, it is a very particular honor at that. For the moment, the Council is awaiting your arrival. Go on and continue to fulfill your holy purpose.